Hi, welcome to my channel. I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Don't forget to check the description to this video. I have links to some of my popular videos, a link to my Amazon account for a lot of things that you all ask about. Don't forget I have a bunch of playlists on the homepage of this channel. Thank you. Hey, we're going to do the vegetable portion of my meal prep here. And I followed what my dear friend Lori FNM Lifestyle says. You put a wet towel down and beneath your cutting plastic thing, and it's all good. Then it doesn't slide around so much. What we're going to cut up first is some cabbage. I opted to buy head cabbage instead of the other kind. So I'm going to cut this little piece off. I'll use that from a trash bowl. And then I need to cut out the core. But I'm going to do it my way, so close your eyes. I don't know what the real way is. I'm just going to do my way. There we go. That worked. Worked enough for me. Come here, fella. And now I'm just going to... I bought red and green cabbage. So we're going to do a mix of it in our big bowl. I'll do like half of a head of green, then I'll do half of a head of red, and that way I can mix it up. Did I just cut my thumb? No. Yes. Yep. For the rest of the portion of all my meal prep video, you will see a glove on this finger. On this hand. That's kind of funny. Cut my finger off on national television, like I sound fancy, don't I? That's funny. Yeah. Well, okay, on my national YouTube channel. I don't know, is this national? International, I think. Because I got people from United Kingdom, and I got somebody from Germany. So I got folks from all over the world. And I love every one of you all. You all are very special to me. And you all just witnessed me cutting my finger off on my channel. I'll try to do a little bit better and pay a little closer attention. I know some of y'all are like, girl, we've been telling you make us nervous. Well, okay. I know. You have been telling me. And now you know you had a right to be nervous. If I would have had a glove on, I'd have just cut off the tip of the glove and not the tip of my finger. But that's all right. It's all right. I need to go get the big bag, so hold on. Today's meal prep day. I love meal prep day. I usually have my radio blaring, which I don't when I'm recording, but I get to listen to K-Love all day. I get to sing and dance and celebrate Jesus all day long. It's one of my favorite days of the week. And I love it, love it, love it. So there's one bag. Let's get these other two cut up here. Okay, so it made 3 bags. I wrote today's date, 8/26. So I'm going to put these in the refrigerator, and I'll be able to know, I'll know when I made them, and you know, I can keep an eye on them and see roughly about how long it lasted from the day I made it, you know, cut it up until the day I put it in the dealie. Next thing we're doing is peppers. I've already like poked the center out and got them ready. So I'm going to cut these up. These will be what I put on my salads this week. If you have not seen how I do peppers, I have a short video showing how I pop the center out, and it's super easy peasy. Takes about 2 seconds. So you can watch that video. But now I'm going to cut these in salad, bite-sized pieces. And I'll get back to this. Was I bought a package of 3 peppers. You know, they come in a little package of 3. So I'm going to cut those up and I'll put it in here. Okay, so there's our peppers. Ready to be used however I decide I want to use them. We're going to do some onions next. Hang on. This is how we're going to cut up the onions. I have 4 onions to cut up. I did this with a chip clip the other day. And we're going to try this. I'm talking like this, so you might have trouble understanding me. But this is why. Because we're using this to cut up the onions. Okay, let's get back to it. All right, we've got to start with a red onion. I love raw red onions. Oh my goodness, I love raw red onions. Cooking, I like the white onions better. But for raw, I love red onions, man. They are yum, yum. Come on, fella. Come on. Doesn't want to let go. Okay. Now, what I'm wanting to do is I want these cubed up because it's going to go on my salad. So, I've got my chopper chop. Yeah, they probably won't fit on there. But you will fit. You'll fit. Here, let's just see if that helps. Alright. I'm going to do that with the other red onion, and I'll be back. So this other red onion, I want to use it in my pickled veggies, my bread and butter pickled veggies. So I don't want it to be all tidy cubed up. I'm going to do it in some smaller bites though. And there's the brine. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Let me slide forward a little bit. So I'm just going to do it kind of I did it in 3 slices. And now I'm going to do it in like about 6 pieces. So I'll cut it in half, and then 1, 2. So this will go into my bread and butter Debbie veggies. And I'm going to do that with the yellow one also. Show you how I did it. Remember, no onions for dogs ever. Onions are poisonous to dogs, so do not ever give your dog onions or mushrooms or grapes or raisins. So just or mushrooms. I don't know if I said mushrooms, but no mushrooms either. So keep those away from your dogs. That's another reason why I don't season my meat when I cook it, because sometimes I give it, if I'm making a broth for the dogs, then I don't have to worry about having anything bad on it. All right, so I put that in my veggies. So now I can put the lid on it. And this is how the red ones turned out in the chopper. Now I'm going to do this with the yellow, so I'll be right back. All right, let's get this rutabaga cut up. I'm going to cut it up in slices, and then we're going to dice it. I'm not going to make any for frying. It's just going to be raw for my salad. Although actually, nah, I'm just going to do it raw for my salads. Let's see how much half of one does. I ended up having too much when I made it the other day, so I might just do half of one, then use the other half for something else. Let's see. This is definitely difficult to chop them. I'm gonna do this off camera so you don't have to hear that sound. So, all right, but anyway, I'm gonna chop these up and I'll be back. So I'm going to take this half because that's how much it made. That is definitely plenty for my salads this week and probably into next week. So what we're going to do is we're going to microwave the rest of this rutabaga, just like I did in that one microwave video. I know this is already peeled, but that's all right. So we are going to, I'm going to put in a little bit of water. Just I don't know, half cup, just enough. You see a little bit down in there, so not much. And we're going to try it. We'll do it for 8 minutes. So the last thing for my meal prep of veggies today, I've got this eggplant that Mom gave me from church last week. We're going to cut this up. I'm going to cut it up into cubes, and we're going to utilize this in my air fryer. I did that the other day and that worked out really well in a for a supper. I don't know if I have to peel it. I'm just going to leave the peeling on. That's too much work. I'm going to do it in larger cubes, so not little cubes. So cubes like that size. I'm just going to drop it down in there. And this evening or this afternoon for lunch or supper, I'm going to put something, maybe put some egg in there, and then some meat flour, and then cook that up in the air fryer. So this is the end of my veggie meal prep. Remember when I lied and said that the eggplant was the last thing on my meal prep? Yeah, I thought you might. It ain't the last thing. I got this rutabaga in the microwave and it was in for 8 minutes. Definitely not ready. So we're going to let this go for another 8 minutes. And because we want to make it mashable, like we did whenever we did the whole rutabaga. So I put it in there, this little jobber on it. I'll see you in another 8 minutes. Let's see how soft this is. I can't mush into it yet. Well, some of them I can. If I work at it, I can. I shouldn't have to work that hard. That's a pretty thick one. I don't know that I should have to work that hard. Let me drain out the liquid and hang on just a second. Let's see. I think doing it outside of the skin kind of is not a good, I don't know. I think when I microwaved it in the skin the other day, I think it kept the inside more soft. But this is working, so. But I think I had to add more water. I might in the future if I'm not doing it in the whole, encased in, oh man. If I'm not doing encased in the skin, I'll just boil it. So, but yeah, let's go over here and do something else with it. This may be weird, but I think, it would taste good. This is some of the leftover juice from the, from a roast that I made today. I'm gonna pour that in there. Ooh, it's gonna be good. It's just gonna give it some flavor. There's some seasoning in there. There's some just meat juice. I think that that's going to give it, there's some, you know, vegetable juice. I think that's going to give it a lot of good flavor. And I'm not going to like try to mash this up to make it like creamy mashed rutabaga. I'm just going to make it more of a chopped mashed rutabaga. That's what I'm going for right now. And now I'm going to go on and get this in servings. Let's taste it though. With that meat juice on it. Come here, fella. Give me a bite. Oh, my stars and garters. Now, let's get it in some serving containers. And I'll be back. All right, I made three chopped vegas. They're about 200 grams each. So I'm going to put these in the freezer. So the last step is we're going to go on and make up some salads for the week. We're going to start off with putting cabbage on the bottom. We're just going to do the dry ingredients. So we're putting in the cabbage. If you are counting macros, of course, you would weigh each one. And you can plug it into a chronometer or your app ahead of time. Just label your salad for what day it is. And then that way you know. Or you just weigh. You weigh and make sure they each weigh the exact same thing. That's another option. Okay, so we've got the base of it. Let's put in our rutabaga. I love raw rutabaga. Big old handful of it. Just, you know, the crunch of it's kind of like a carrot. I don't know how it compares in carbs and calories, but. And then some jicama. I cut these up last weekend, so I was wondering how they're doing. They seem okay. Okay, so rutabaga and jicama. What we got here? We have some white onions and some red onions coming up. That's some potent stuff. I'm not doing this to measure, I'm just doing it to scoop it out with. I don't want to dirty up my hands and get them smelling all oniony. But you should weigh your if you're counting, you know, put your salad dish on top of the scale so you can measure it all out and plug it in. Because you need to be good to yourself and be honest with yourself. I'm not going to show y'all, but I'm also doing my my coffees. I think I may have said that already, but. All right. And some peppers. I think I'm going to put the rest of these peppers in with my bread and butter veggies. Now from here you could add cheese, you could add whatever else you want to add. Please don't get mad, I forgot who told me this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of you had mentioned you put a thing on the top and then you close your lid and you store it upside down. So then whenever you open it up, the paper towel is right on top. So we're going to do that. Okay. 1. Just kind of tuck it around the little edges there. You could also put it in a in a Ziploc bag if you wanted to, and then grab your container when you're ready. 2. And the good thing is when I see this, I will, it's upside down, so I'll remember to turn it right side up. And I'll know it's different than the other veggies that are in my freezer. You could add anything to it, whatever it is your little heart desires. I'm not adding anything wet until the day I get ready to take it to work, or till the night I prep it up. So, all right, now that's the end of my veggie meal prep for the week.